bring on the two-time defending Pick'ems champion, 2 weeks consecutive, high school Pick'ems champion Kevin Moore of the Ashville Bulldogs, the Ashville Bulldog Network. Kevin, man, the Farmer Bowl was a tough one for the Ashville Bulldogs, hosting that one at Ken Logan last week. I was actually at that game. Definitely an outcome that you wanted as an Ashville Bulldog fan. The atmosphere and the reason behind that Farmer Bowl was something spectacular, something to behold, and something I don't think will ever be forgotten in the city of Asheville. To host Etowah Blue Devils for the first time and have the first ever Farmer Bowl. Take us back to last Friday night.
Well, like I said, the weather conditions were perfect for a Coach Farmer type setting because a lot of the games when I was in high school, a lot of our games we won were in the rainy, muddy conditions like that. A 13-0 or 13-7 slobber knocker, and I thought, hey, this, any advantage we can get. And I'd heard how nasty the defensive line for Etowah was, and buddy, they did not disappoint Friday night.
What's right behind them is pretty nasty too.
Yeah. Yeah.
With Dobbs and Caleb.
Yeah.
Now their defense is salty, very good. Tough sledding for Ashville all night. They had under 100 yards. It was -something.
Had 99 yards.
50 of it was on one play.
Yeah. And I hated for that kid. He was wide open. He was in his stride. He was going, but he just lost balance there. And but like that should have been a touchdown. But like I said, this kid has come a long way in the last 2-3 weeks, and I was glad to see him get that catch. But I just hated we didn't score because I thought I wanted him to score because I thought if he didn't score now, if we get down and bog down, it could kind of get away from us quick, and that's exactly what happened. So,
Kevin, you've been watching Asheville football your whole entire life. What do you think is Asheville right now? Obviously, is in a better state than it was when Coach Monroe out there. The facilities are better. I mean, the attitudes are better. And honestly, man, we're at the same position we were last year this time.
Exactly.
They went into the Etowah game and Etowah beat them, but it was in a tight game, close, hard-fought game. So what is it we got to do to get that Mo back, the old word Mo back, like they did last year when they closed so strong?
Well, first of all, parents need to close their mouth. Mm-hmm. Negative Nancy's need to shut it.
I agree with that.
I heard some chipper in the stands the other night. In fact, one of the coach's wives, I went to the car second quarter to get my umbrella, and she was sitting there at the field house, and after she was okay, she said she had to walk away because there was some parents starting to get on the coaches. And, hey, little Johnny may not be that good. I mean, and plus two, Etowah was a better team. Yeah. And they displayed that. I mean, and Coach Locke's first class, I mean, he's not the type to run it up. But that could have probably 2 or 3 more touchdowns on us, and just the respect he has for Shea, Coach Monroe, and these coaches. I mean, they gathered after the game and prayed and talked and everything, and hopefully, if it works out, we can make this a regular game on down the road, just depending on what the classifications and everything go. But we had some kids that played really really hard, and they played over their heads, and we had some that didn't give a rip. And that's what that's what's going to take. And let me tell you, Friday night, we better win this game Friday night because those St. Clair players, I know some of their parents, and they've had this game in their workout room the whole 365 days because they've not won the last couple of years. That was the closest they come to winning, and by God, we're going to their stadium Friday night, and they're going to be fired up, and our players better be, our coaches better be, and our fan bases better be because not, it's going to be a long year.
Coach Monroe said over the summer, he goes, I need not some of you all the time. He said, I need all of you all the time. If we're going to be good, I need all of you all the time, busting your butt, working hard. Yep. And that's what it's going to take to turn this thing around. Last year, this is the game that Luke broke out with the 300 yards.
Yeah. Well, he ain't here. He graduated, so we need somebody to step up.
He didn't. But this is the game where he implemented the single wing and things took off from there. Yeah. We need somebody, I don't care who it is, in an Asheville jersey to step up and take control of this team.
Well, can you do it? That's my question. I mean, like I told one of the coaches after the game, and he agreed with me. You can't coach heart, you can't coach pride. The pride's on the line right now. Exactly right. You're gonna be the hammer or the nail. And I don't want to be negative, Nancy, but I'm just going to tell it like it is. If we don't win this game Friday night, now I don't want to hope. I don't want to think about what the season can go after that. But we still got a lot. We still got a lot to play for. We can, best case scenario, we could win out and get one of those playoff spots and finish 6-4, or we could put it in the tank and go 3-7 like we typically get done in the past. So what are they going to do?
Oh yeah, it's all in front of them.
I want 22 players that hate to freaking lose.
I agree with that.
That's what you gotta have. And you gotta have a fan base that's gonna stand behind them through the wins, through the good times, and the bad times. And it's gonna that's something that's hard to kind of change in a community with the.
And I know I'm a little fired up, and I'm saving a little bit for next week in case I've learned in football, just like when the long pass there got down the 18-yard line. I thought if you don't score on that one play, you might not score, and we bogged down, and I thought we made the field goal. Of course, the referee said we didn't, so.
I thought that was good too. I'll be honest with you, I was in that end zone looking at it.
I mean,
I thought it was too, but we're not supposed to talk about officials on here, so I retract my statement.
right. Well, from the angle where I was sitting, it looked like it went through, but the referee's down there where I'm not, so that's why I was
standing at the 15 looking straight at the pylon where it went over, or the post. But, if people are second guessing Shay, that's insane.
Yeah.
Look at when Shay walked in there. I want you to look at the facilities, look at the mindset, look at what he did last year, and look what he's still got in front of him this year.
Well, I'm just going to say this.
Everything's still in front of him.
And I hope I don't single the kid out, but we got one kid. His daddy took him out, transferring to Pinson. Well, if you're not good enough for Asheville, you think you're good enough to be at Pinson? Case closed.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm probably went over the line there, but yeah, these kids need to stay in the community, stay on the team. That's a team sport.
Yeah, I agree.
And by the way, the views and opinions of Kevin Moore does not reflect that of Average Joe's, ASSAA, or Tom down the street.
That's a true story too. Kevin?
If you don't want to know, don't ask me.
Kevin, St. Clair County, rivalry.
I'm sorry, but
It's a rivalry
Reggie just
game.
turned white over there.
Reggie's having a good time. Rivalry game this week. How does the players from Asheville look at this game?
My God, they better be taking it seriously. Now, I love Springville's always been a rival, but St. Clair, it's always been a friendly rivalry because when I was going to school there, we had cousins and went to church with people from St. Clair. It's like going in the backyard playing with your brothers and your cousins, and then you go in and eat.
That's right.
It's nothing nasty. It's nothing it got a few years ago it got kind of nasty, but overall it's been a great rivalry, and it's a county game. And hopefully a lot of Asheville people travel down there, and just like the St. Clair folks did to us last year, travel, support the concessions, the boosters, and and all that. So buy plenty of hot dogs and hamburgers, because there'll be families that are split over this. And when I say split, that their cousin may or their nephew may go to St. Clair County. They'll be sitting in the stands together. So.
Who's Megan pulling
Well, her paycheck is coming out of Oakville now, so I'm hoping it should be. She bleeds green and white, but I think she'll be pulling for Oakville, and I don't blame her.
Yeah, I got you.
And
Well, Kev, man, I always enjoy having you on, and definitely always he never fails to.
looks like I gave Josh some extra work tonight, guys.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Caleb, you got anything? Caleb's fired up. He's fired up. What about tomorrow? Are you going on tomorrow?
Well, I won the Pick'ems game contest again, so.
Maybe. Let's do it. All right, Kev, we love you, brother. Good seeing you again, and I'll probably see you tomorrow.
Hammer down.
All right, our next guest in at the Sparks Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Monday Night Preview is the Etowah Blue Devils, coming off a big victory last week over the Asheville Bulldogs. And I'm going to let these gentlemen introduce themselves at this time, starting over here to the left.
Jarvis Hardwick, senior, DB, receiver.
Michael Bostic, senior, receiver. Ashton King, senior, center.
I'm Philip Pierce. I'm defense coordinator.
Coach Pierce, we're going to start with you on this one right here.
All right.
Another week, another shutout. You guys seem to be clicking right now. I know that defense is over the last few years has been really, really good. Talk about your defensive performance last week. I believe you held them to under 100 yards.
Kids play hard. Got a great group of guys that help me. Well, they do most of it. I just do a lot of screaming and hollering. But Matt Bone, Randy Dupree do our secondary. Brandon Booker does our defensive line, and I do our linebackers, and I do most of the screaming and hollering. But those guys do a great job of keeping me sane and figuring out what people are going to do and getting after it.
Well, they must be doing something right, man, because your defense has been solid for the last several years.
Guys play hard, man. It's easy when you got good guys.
Yeah, you seem to have stars in each level of your defense as well. Talk about that and how special that is.
It's good. You know, when guys buy in, I tell them last year, Toby Camp played defensive end. We made some changes, and I told him he was going to play defensive tackle. And he said, Coach, I really want to play defensive end. I said, well, okay, we'll call it defensive end, but you're going to play defensive tackle. And now this year, Jacob Sanford was kind of in the same situation. He was like, well, I'm a defensive end. Well, we'll call it defensive end. You're going to play defensive tackle for us. Then Caleb Freeman, Tyler Dobbs have been, which Tyler Dobbs has been there for 3 years. And then Caleb, this is his second year starting. Corbin White's come in. He's gotten better. He moved in and he'd been hurt, missed some time, and he's finally starting to figure it out and gotten better. And then on the back end, Return Jarvis is basically a 3-year starter for the most part. Andrew, my son AP, he started and he's a junior, has played a good bit. And, you know, we've ended up, Josh Graham has come in and played phenomenal for us at corner. Stephen Jones has come in and done a great job. Those two guys I couldn't be any more happy for any two guys I am, those guys. And then D. Spears came out and he had some issues. He missed some stuff in the summer, so we suspended him the first couple of ball games. He's come out and he's added a dynamic to us that's given us some opportunities to change some stuff that we've been doing defensively to make us better. And those guys, here's the thing about those guys, and I was talking with Coach Farmer today before I came over here. He said, you know, these guys in italics, they're wired different. So they like to play football and they like to hit. So it makes it easy. When you got good guys, I mean, it makes, I'm a lot better coach because those guys.
That's true. And guys, how long was it, just from a player standpoint, last week for the first ever visit to Ken Logan Stadium to play Ashville and being named a Farmer Bowl? And I know most of you guys probably, I'm sure, know Coach Farmer, but
they do. He's there quite a bit now. He comes around. He was there all day today for offensive practice, defensive practice, film. He was there for all of it today.
For when you guys participate in a game like that, I understand how special was that?
Oh, it was special because it was my first ever bowl game, like being in high school.
There you go.
And it just meant a lot to take it back with us.
A lot of people around the state actually watch that.
Same as that. I mean, it's my first bowl game. I mean, that means we have something to play for. And then we got a big leader that came to everyone before. So he was sitting there watching us, and it was time to step up. Plus, it was a region game. So that made it even more important. And it was just a great experience.
No doubt.
Well, Michael said pretty much it was a region game, and the bowl just made it more important. And it was also fun to play in the rain too. And that was just fun to me.
Hey, dude, hey, that rain came.
It was fun.
Coach, you don't like it?
I hate the rain.
Do you?
I hate the rain. I hate the cold. I want it 70 degrees and no wind.
Oh,
yeah.
That's offensive conditions, Coach.
But hey, I'm good with that.
I think you're going to have that Friday.
Good. I hope so.
That's why I was looking at the weather.
Now, offensive, all you guys play both ways, right? No.
I don't play
Just me.
defense.
Just you? Neither one of y'all play?
Michael's played
You was
some.
playing receiver.
He's played some.
I play receiver.
He's played some.
Yeah.
He knows what to do. And getting D back kind of put him where we don't have to have him as much so he can play. But he can, with pressed into it, Michael can play. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Hold on.
Michael could play for us. Michael's a good player. He could play for us and help us. He helped us some this year.
Now, from an offensive standpoint last week, let's talk about the performance of the team.
I think we didn't play our best at all. There was some good points in the game. We didn't play good at all. Well, to my way I look at it, we could have done so much better.
Did y'all make Coach Locke snap any?
Yes.
Partially it was him.
The receivers. I mean, not the receivers. The line. Yes.
Hold on. Who partially Coach Locke?
Yes. At the same time, he called a play. We got to execute. I mean, we didn't play to our best, but we did what we were supposed to do. We handled business how business should be handled, and we get better week by week. So I mean,
that's what I was going to say. When you realize that you're not playing your best and you're not executing like you're supposed to, being leaders on the team, I guess that's the time for you guys to go and pick those younger guys up and say, hey, we got to do better.
Yeah.
So that's good that y'all identify that.
Because sometimes, like, if it comes from a coach, it's just taken as, like, he's targeting me or, like, he's picking on me. So sometimes we got to be there and pick them up and make them feel like brothers.
That's good.
That's right. It makes Coach Pierce's job easier when y'all are with him.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Coach, one good thing, this year y'all don't have the, Trent or not or Ollie will score in 1 second, so you get one play break. So now, at least you guys get to sit down and rest for a little bit. That's
A little bit.
awesome.
That is better. And we're not having, we're not playing as many of those guys both ways as we did last year. Jacob Sanford's playing some.
He's knocking some people around when he blocks.
Caleb's playing some offensively. Jarvis and Andrew are the same person offensively. And past that, we're not really playing
They
many.
look the same.
Well, they do. Jarvis is he's one of my boys too.
Melatonin level, a little different.
Yeah.
They look the same.
Yeah, well, they're the same player. Very smart, very athletic, very coachable.
That's right. Go ahead, Rich.
Well, he's,
Randy got something.
I was letting the these guys.
Melatonin level, a little different.
Sleep medicine.
sleep.
Reggie, you got something?
You guys got Fort Payne coming in this week. I guess it's sort of a rivalry game for you guys. Y'all play them just about every year.
Mm-hmm.
What have you guys seen from them on film? You, Coach Pierce, on the offensive side of the ball.
You can go back 10 years and put them on.
They're the same.
They're the same.
Yeah.
They graduate the Love kid last year and went, God, we don't have to tackle that big joker anymore. And next thing you know, they've got another kid, and I'm going, that's the same stinking kid. Where'd he come from? They've got the Tyler Dobbs said today he wanted to find out where they got those big linemen. I told him I did too, because I wanted them to come to a.
Well, let's Fort Payne for you, man.
Yeah, but I mean they're very solid. They're going to do what they do. They're not going to come out there, but they're going to do what they do. And they do a good job of it. They're very sound. I mean, there's very few times that they just are out of sorts.
Yeah. That's it. They want to run the ball down
They-
the hill and go to play.
Yeah, and get you crowd the box and jump everybody in there, and they're going to throw it.
Yeah. Y'all play them up there?
We play them at home.
Oh,
That's
that's
good.
Yeah.
That's good for y'all.
Yeah,
I'll leave it at that because we're not supposed to say anything.
No.
Y'all know where I'm going.
Yeah.
So, playing them at home's a lot better for you guys.
Oh, yeah, because I don't have to ride a bus.
Coach, we got to call some people out right here.
All right.
How many hours a week do these guys in this room log in? And
Not enough.
Oh,
More than an hour?
Combined?
No.
Or individually?
Combined,
These
it's
guys
still a
don't-
no.
Huh?
Combined,
No.
it's no.
Y'all don't watch an hour at least?
Not
But
even
now-
combined.
But now they get
What?
Coach Law, we go to his room and we watch.
they get it with me. We watch probably 15, 20 minutes today.
Y'all don't watch it at home?
Not enough.
Coach, fire.
Well, I told them. Look, and here's my thing, and I guess I'm a lot maybe different than a lot of other people. I don't ask. I understand that they've got lives and other things, and I understand. But I ask them for what I asked for, Jar.
10 to 15 minutes.
10 minutes a day on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
That makes sense.
and then give me 15 minutes on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
If you give me 15 minutes a day, if they'll get in there, like I sent out today, I cut all their offense up and sent it out and said, hey, here's their offense, watch it. If they'll watch 10 minutes of that a day, they can watch it when they're supposed to be doing their classwork, because, I mean, these good jokers, or whatever, but if they'll watch it, just give
Snapchat your girlfriend.
give me 10 minutes, I'm good.
Do they even got girlfriends, Coach?
Well, I don't know with this group.
Guys?
whole game.
Yeah,
We straight.
yeah.
Is that true story, guys?
Well, Ashton's married, but the other two, maybe they're
I'm
on.
married.
Oh, are you?
What?
Okay.
I'm a committed man.
Okay.
Hey, man, we don't want to hold y'all up. I know you guys got stuff to do, but good luck to you guys this week. I appreciate you guys coming on, and go Big Blue.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Good luck.
All right, our next guest on the Monday Night Preview Show is going to be Mr. Tommy Wood, the voice of the Central Clay County Vols. Tommy, last week, you and I talked about the game coming up against Beauregard, and and what you thought you guys needed to do to get a victory. Not only did you get a victory, you got a shutout, 35-0. So take us back, if you would, to last Friday night and how that game transpired with Beauregard.
Well, I think defensively that was the best game of the year for the Volunteers. I think they continue to get better, and the one thing that kind of stands out to most of us that keep up with high school football is the way the offensive line has developed since week one. First of the year, we felt like that was going to be a problem, and each and every week that unit continues to get better. They're picking up on their assignments, coming off the football, and they look a lot better as the season has gone on. So that's going to be a big key. Of course, getting Elisha McNeil in the open a few times doesn't hurt either. And he had another Elisha McNeil type night with a few touchdowns and just made plays over and over. So it was a kind of a slow start, but the way that the Vols finished it off has got to be encouraging.
To get that game and to get in there and get that victory and get out with a shutout with what's pending this week with Pleasant Grove, who I'm just going to go ahead and say it, probably the most skilled position team in 5A, North or South. How huge was that to look your best the week before this Pleasant Grove game coming up?
Well, given the confidence, that's the key thing that the kids need right now because, they've heard about Pleasant Grove, and of course we've got a history with them, and it's one of those that they know what they're going up against this week, and to get some confidence and then go into the week, in understanding that they can get the job done. They're just going to have to execute, for 4 quarters because, you've got Beauregard was a team that could make some things happen, but you look at Pleasant Grove and they're the kind that they get behind the defense, it's over, or if they find a little gap, it's over. We know how explosive they're going to be, and they're a phenomenal team, and it's been an amazing run for them for the last few years, and I know that they're trying their very best to get back and get in that Super 7 game. And so defensively, we've got to we got to keep them in check and then eliminate those big plays and make them drive it.
Man, that game last year was the first home game I have got to attend from you guys, and that atmosphere last year was the best. And I tell this to everybody, it's the best pregame atmosphere I've ever seen in high school football with what you kind of created there with the intro, and to see you guys break it down in prayer right out there, and Pleasant Grove was coming up barking and talking trash, and just the way you guys handled it and broke it down in prayer, and it was basically the mindset of the Lord's against us, who can with us, who can be against us. It was an amazing something to see there. But in the game, held up as well. It was a fantastic game. Unfortunately, Clay came up a little short, but you guys fought your guts out in that game. But I say that to say this: you guys beat them the year before in the state championship game, but this time you guys have to go on the road, man. And it's going to be a different atmosphere there in Pleasant Grove, I'm sure. But man, these guys got to be looking forward to that challenge.
Well, they are, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a news flash right now. As of this evening, that the site has not been determined. We understand that Pleasant Grove having some turf issues or replaced their turf, and they're not going to be able to host. They're looking for a field around the Birmingham area. They've checked with Legion Field, Lawson Field, and for everything I've heard, they're still trying to find a place to play this game. So that adds another turn of it. So we're trying to find out, if that's going to be played on the road. And, a lot of us understand here that there is still a small chance, or I'll say a chance, that the game could be back at Volunteer Stadium just because of not being able to find a site. So we're going to find out a little bit earlier, as the week progresses, where that game's going to be played. So, whether we go on the road, whether we play them at home, we know how good they're going to be. So it's going to be a very special night. And like we said, with the tradition that they've been able to build the last few years, and the games that we've had with Pleasant Grove, you've got to sit there and you're not going to leave early because you never know what's going to happen down the stretch. So it's going to be a fun night. I know that our guys are looking forward to it to kind of see where they are. It's midpoint of the season, and it's a good opportunity to find out, what you're looking at against some of the state's best teams. And we know, about Pike Road, and we know about Pleasant Grove, and then there's us. So there's 3 of us right there in the mix. So we'll get a chance for 2 of them to go head-to-head this week.
Man, that would be unique if you guys got to host that one again. Even if it's a small chance, I know some people in Ashland and Lineville will be crossing their fingers. They don't have to make the trip up to Birmingham.
Well, there's some that are kind of pooling their money together, trying to get in touch with Darryl LeBeau and see what it would take to keep it right here. So, we'll see what happens. But I know that a lot of turf, and we're kind of waiting to see, crossing our fingers, and just going to find out as the week progresses, as to where we're going to play. So, going to be very interesting as this week progresses on this one.
Tommy, talk to us about JSU, man. How was that experience? I know you went to watch them play yesterday, and they got another hard-fought victory. North showed up and played pretty well, considering that JSU had to come off of a little bit of a lull because of an emotional high from last week winning at Doak Campbell Stadium.
Yeah, we talked to Jeff Smith after the game, coach at Welborn, and he said, "Well, that's a hangover win right there. You just got to win and find a way to survive and advance. It's kind of like the NCAA basketball tournament. You find a way to have 1 point more. But UNA played really well. I mean, they did. They've got a really good ball team. And JSU's kind of beat up right now after that Florida State win, and then Derek Cooper, the quarterback, got injured in practice on Wednesday. They kind of kept that under the hats, and he was not able to go last night. He should be back this week as we take on UT Martin. That's a great team coming in. Also, Nicario Harper, the safety, couldn't go last night. He was in a boot. They expect him to be back this week. So Matthew Caldwell, true freshman out of Auburn High School, got in there, and I thought he performed very well. He's kind of limited on as far as experience, but man, he's going to be a great one at JSU, and I can't wait to watch him develop over the next several years. So, limited a little bit offensively, just couldn't really open up the playbook as much as if you had a guy that's been around, it seems like forever, in Derek Cooper. But I think that just to get a win and move on to the next game, and get ready for UT Martin, and the Skyhawks will come into JSU this Saturday afternoon. So, got to be another big one right there. JSU will have to be ready to play.
Yeah, Cooper's all-time leading passer in JSU history, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Past Eli Jenkins, and he is just, like I said, has had so much success right there, and just the leadership thing. I sit a few rows behind the team, and when he comes off the field, he's over talking to offensive linemen, and in his career, I think he's probably seen every defense that you throw at him, so he kind of understands, how to attack the defense and just being able to make some plays. So it's going to be, you go with Caldwell, and like I said, I cannot wait to watch this guy develop. I mean, he did great at Auburn leading into the championship game last year against Thompson. Just a great young man. I mean, he is just so impressive, and I look forward to seeing what he can do. As he's the number 2 guy right behind Cooper. Good size, good mobility, and he's going to be fun to watch. But that experience factor is a good chance for Caldwell to get that that experience last night on Saturday. But you've also got to get ready for a more experienced quarterback to come back in this week, and it'd be good to see Coop back out there.
Well, Tommy, man, good luck. If you find out any info on that game, if it's where it's going to be played at, would you mind texting me so I can get it out on Average Joe's for everyone?
Absolutely, we'll do it as soon as I hear something, and I know that there's going to be some phone calls made over the next few days, and hopefully we'll get all this settled early in the week so folks can prepare for a huge game Friday night.
Hey, I appreciate you, Tommy, and as always, man, good luck to you, brother, and we will be talking to you very soon.
Sounds good, buddy. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, our next guest on the Monday Night Preview Show is going to be the defensive coordinator from Clay-Chalkville, Mr. Matt Glover. Coach Glover, last week you guys had a 50-7 win versus Minor. We didn't get to talk to you for 2 weeks because our schedule's been kind of conflicting, but we got you on this week. I know you're heading into an off week, and we'll talk about that in a second, but take us back to last Friday night and that 50-7 victory over Minor.
Yeah, I thought we played well. Coming off the Gardendale win was a big win for us, and I was really kind of worried about how our kids would react. Last week was homecoming, and you look at the record for Minor, and they were coming in not with a great record, and sometimes kids can get a little lackadaisical, and the game started off a bit late because of the weather, and I went and told our kids, I was like, hey, look, I said, if I'm Minor's head coach right now, I'm loving this because everything's a little different, and they came out first drive and drove it down our throat and scored, and then we made some adjustments after that, we ended up winning. So I was proud of the way our kids performed.
Coach, your defense, man, you've played some very tough offenses, man. Hueytown obviously being one of them, and Minor's got athletes and no slouch himself, and Jasper all the same. But talk about that defense and how it's kind of progressed as this season's went on.
They just play hard. That we make mistakes, but they play hard.
Man, that definitely keys what I'm seeing from you guys' offense. I mean, you guys are averaging around 50-something points a game at this point, but a lot of that is attributed to you guys having some 3 and outs and getting turnovers for them.
Yeah, and like I bet you we probably when our offense, when they get the ball past the 35-yard line, it's pretty much 4-down territory for them, and so the defense, we've kind of, as a defensive guy, sometimes you rarely see them punt the ball, and back them up. But our offense is really explosive, and they've done a really good job. I think we both complemented each other really well because we got a good balance on offense. Run, pass. When you got 4 downs to play with offensively, it changes up your game plan and how you call plays. So it's been a really good balance.
Coach, something I've seen firsthand myself from being out there is you guys aren't like some places. When you guys go one-on-ones in practice, it's very intense. Can you talk about that a little bit and how kind of iron sharpens iron in that situation?
Oh yeah. This week's our off week, and we haven't gone one-on-ones since season started. We'll do it like 4 plays on Monday, just like a little pass, ones versus ones, just for 4 plays. But this week we're going to do a lot of ones versus ones because I think, I think competition makes you better. And our scout teams are one thing that I think that makes us really good is our scout teams are so competitive. Like offensive coaches and defensive coaches coach the scout teams like they're the starters, and so that makes the other team, that makes us so much better on Friday night. So a lot of places just, put the scout team out there and show them cards and make them do it, and they don't coach them. We coach them like hey, you're the starters, and we're going to coach you the best we can. We take our defensive guys and we'll watch them on Monday on other teams' defense to show them, hey, this is what they do, this is what we want y'all to do. We try to implement that the best we can. So I think that's the key to us. Practice for us is really big on competition, and coach has a deal like, we don't dress just because you're 10 through 12. Don't mean you dress. If you don't contribute, you don't do what you're supposed to do. We won't dress you on Friday night. So, we leave you at the house, and so our kids know if they don't go to practice and do what they ask them to do, they won't dress with us. So
that's really important, man. And you guys have some pretty good athletes. Just because they don't start on this team, don't mean they're not good. Because I've seen you guys practicing. Coach, talk us through a off week and how much different does that look than a game week, an off week during the season like this?
Well, for us, like this week, for example, tomorrow we have a JV game. So in the morning we'll come in and work out and watch film, and then in the afternoon we'll give our varsity guys off, and the JV, they'll go practice. And then Tuesday we're taking that day completely off, not doing anything. Wednesday we'll practice for about an hour, Thursday about an hour, Friday about 45 minutes. So we're going to really, on the defensive side, we're going to really hone in on stuff, fundamentals, kind of like you do in spring training, takeaways, tackling, that stuff. It's not so much game planning, it's just going back to re-emphasizing stuff that we've been preaching on that wins games, little things, and trying to hone that in on this week, and then, start on Jackson Owen on next week. So.
Boy, they got a pretty good football team, don't they, Coach?
Yeah, our region's really good. So we got our work cut out for us every week. So we got the second half of our schedule. We got Jackson Owen, Mortimer, Jordan, Pinson, Huffman, and Oak Mountain. So we got a tough road ahead of us. So.
Well, if you can run the gauntlet and through you guys' region, buddy, you're ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, I think like our region's, it's as good as there is in 6A. So I know there's a lot of, especially in the north. So we've got some good teams, some good coaches, and if we can get by unscathed and make it the playoffs, who knows. So.
Well, Coach, man, I appreciate you taking time out of your Sunday. Looking forward. I'm gonna get back down there here pretty soon, just to come in and sit down with you guys again.
Yeah, come on, Bo. We love what y'all do, and thanks for Average Sport, Average Joe's, man. Y'all are great.
Appreciate you, Coach Glover. Be talking to you soon.
All right, thank you, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, our next team on the Monday night preview show is going to be the Southside Panthers here at Sparks Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. We're going to let these gentlemen introduce themselves at this time, starting with Coach, then we'll go from his right to his left.
I'm Coach Gannon Pointer. I coach running backs and special teams coordinator.
Carson Riddlesburg, senior, DB.
Maddox Parsons, senior running back.
Coach, let's start with you. Last week, man, was a huge game you guys hosted at Barney Hood Stadium. Didn't end up the way you guys wanted to ultimately, but the big picture is you want to get in the playoffs regardless. Although you dropped that game the season, you're off to a fantastic start. Talk about this team since you've been there and your relationship with Coach Holcomb.
Yeah, last game was a big one, but we got to move on. We got to move to the next one. I think we may have hung on to the Oxford win just a little bit too long, and we got 3 more area games region games that we got to go and compete and win. I mean, there's only been 5 teams in Southside history go 8-2, so we still got a chance to host a home playoff game, and that's the goal right now, 8-2 or nothing.
And you and Coach knew each other?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I graduated from Crossville High School in 2017. I've known Miles Holcomb my whole entire life. I was actually in kindergarten when he was a senior, so I've known him my entire life. Been around Coach Holcomb. Yeah, I was in kindergarten at Crossville, and he came my senior year and led our football team. Was the head coach, and he really made a difference in a lot of me and my buddies' lives, like tremendously, just like he's doing for these guys.
You know Coach Coker then as well, right?
Yeah, Robbie. Yeah, I love Coach Coker. He was also my football coach when I was in 8th grade. He was there and with Bubba Walls, and it was a good experience for me.
I was actually on the phone with Robbie last week for about 30 minutes. He's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Now, you two guys, let's start over here. Defensively, you guys played a pretty good game. I mean, you guys hold them to 24 points. They're a pretty good offense. Arab, they're not real flashy. They just do a lot of little things pretty good. But this season, you guys have been playing lights out. Talk about that defense from your perspective and being a DB.
Well, this week we didn't really play as good as we wanted to, obviously. I think, like Coach Pointer said, we kind of held on to the Oxford win a little too long. We didn't really focus at practice this week, or last week. And, well, this year we've been playing pretty good up to that point, but
I still think you guys, I mean, you didn't play your best game of the week, but you guys still were fighting. I mean, I noticed that.
Yes, sir.
They had some good plays and stuff, but you guys were still
I think we only
fighting.
gave up 56 rushing yards.
That's what I'm saying. You're still
So
battling.
we're still battling. I mean,
And honestly, you guys it's not like you got all seniors over there.
no, we're
starting freshmen in the
yeah,
second
man. We
grade,
got Cole Garrett back there as a freshman, so we're very young on that side of the ball too, just like we are on offense.
Hey, now Maddox, we know Coach is still upset at you that you tore your ACL in a UFC match. So outside of you tearing your ACL fighting Khabib in a sparring match, how's life been treating you, brother, watching it from the sidelines? I know it's a different perspective, but you're still a big part of the team.
I mean, honestly, I'm just really happy to still be out there. I mean, that's like a brotherhood. They're all my brothers, even the coaches. I love every single one of them. So I'm honestly just blessed just to be
That's
out
our
there.
new assistant running back
That's
coach.
it. Now, Maddox, from your perspective, though, man, do you think you could do this for a profession one day?
I mean, yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do. It's not going to be my first look, though. I think I want to join into the military and then go to school, and then I would love to be a coach, yes, sir.
Is this outside of the UFC contract that you're waiting on?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Now, Coach, I'm going to go back to you. You also coach special teams.
Yes, sir.
Talk about that and some of the guys that really stood out to you on special teams.
Special teams, I mean, it's kind of a new thing for me. Miles wanted me to take up that this year. I helped him at Crossville the year after I graduated, and I kindly started then with the special teams then. But I came in the spring, and he was like, well, I want you to take over the special teams. And I was like, okay, it's a learning curve for me, and, I want to take up as much knowledge as I can take on every part of the game. So I really enjoyed it. We've had a lot of big plays on special teams, but we also gave up a lot. So we're just trying to get better every week, really, and focus on the different looks everybody gives us and really just bettering ourselves, like perfecting our craft, really, with our base special team. So it's been good. I mean, like Abdullah, he's done pretty well this year. He's been in a little bit of a slump right now, but right now he's doing a lot better. Carr's been our punter this year, so that's new for him. This is his first year doing that. So I've been really proud of those two guys. Abdullah, he's going to be really good.
Yeah,
he can kick in college. I really think so.
Saw him kick at the kicking camp
Yeah.
in Gadsden City, and I was like, wow.
He kicked a 52-yarder in pregame against Pell City. So.
I think he kicked the 53-yarder
Yeah.
at the kicking camp.
Yeah. So. I'm really happy.
Oh,
with
he's
him.
the one that beat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how do you fall into a job like that, Coach? When you get a kicker and get a 50-yarder?
Man, I just like I said, I just graduated from the University of Alabama in May, and I met Miles. Me and him have been talking about me helping out with his staff since I graduated high school. So I'm really fortunate to be at Southside, and I love the community, and I love everything about Southside for real.
Now, I'm going to ask you something, sir. I know how much film study do you watch a week?
Uh,
Coach can check this out.
Well, to be honest with you, Coach Bowen don't let us do anything else unless we watch film. We have to have a certain time. He looks at it every day and makes sure throughout the week that we watch film.
So he holds you accountable?
Yes, sir.
Do you ever just start it and walk off and go play PlayStation?
No, I don't do that.
I'm just kidding. What have you seen from Sardis this week?
Well, they do a lot of mesh stuff and a lot of close quarters passing. They don't really run the ball a whole lot.
That's good for you being in secondary.
Yeah. They do a little speed option. That's about it, though.
Now, are you a threat to jump a route, or are you kind of a cautious guy?
No, I'll jump for him.
My guy. Now, Mr. Maddox, what have you seen from the guys? You still help break down film with them? And
I did last week. I haven't got the chance to this week. I've been just trying to rehab my knee so I can get back out there.
you just tell them to hold it high and tight?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Yes, sir.
Maddox, what was the biggest impact that you've seen from the sidelines that you maybe said or done with somebody to help them in the game?
Just get them, not as nervous as they are. Just to play the game, have fun, really.
Walk them through everything?
Yes, sir.
Makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Coach, what have you seen from Sardis?
They're going to play the stack just like we seen last week, so it's just building on that, perfecting our stuff. This week, our main focus is to get focus on us, really. We're trying to focus on us and just fix where we've made mistakes last week and just trying to put it all back together again. We on offense, we scored a lot of points against Oxford, and then we come out and only score 7. So we're really just trying to get back on track, just get Gage going early, so just get him comfortable, and then that opens up the run game. So we're just really just building on what we've been building on all season.
Well, one thing that Coach Nelson said that, and I hadn't heard Coach talk about it, but I know you'll know what I'm talking about. He said he wanted to own the county. This is a county game.
So
A lot of people think Sardis is Marshall, but they're not.
Yeah, no.
They're at the edge of Etowah. It's
Yeah.
another county game. That's huge in the book for what you want to do there. Reggie, anything?
No, I mean, it was finally nice to get back out in Barney Hood. I hadn't been there all year, so it was nice to.
yeah, it was a whole month before we played there.
Yeah,
So-
So.
It was nice enough to be able to get on a bus on last Friday and we could just walk out the door and be there. But I'm looking forward to Friday night for sure. I know it's going to be rocking again, so I hope everybody comes out and we're going to get back on track Friday night.
Guys, I appreciate you.
I had a question for Max. So from what I gathered, you've had an injury.
Yes, sir.
So how is that going to affect, the leadership you've had online, on the, helping out the guys? How's that going to affect you when you get back on the field? Is that going to affect the way you look at leadership with those guys when you get back on the field?
I mean, not really, no, sir. I mean, I'm still going to lead the same way as I did on the field and off the field, yes, sir.
Is there anything you've learned being off of? Because there's a couple guys that I've seen that have injuries, but I've not really heard. Have you learned anything about leadership in that as a kind of a coaching role, helping those guys out that's going to help you be able to lead better when you
Yes, sir. There actually a lot, yes, sir. It's a whole different view from the sideline, honestly, and on the field, and I've learned a lot more. I've learned more how the coaches lead, and I'm taking more of that kind of role, yes, sir.
Right. Awesome.
All right, guys. You guys, good luck to you guys this week versus Sardis.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're here at Sparks Orthopedics for our Monday night preview show, and we are here with the Gadsden City Titans, coming off a huge Region 3 win against Spain Park on their homecoming.
I still don't understand that.
Yes, I didn't understand that either. But we'll get to that later. But we'll let these guys introduce themselves, starting right here.
Sammy Horton, defensive end, 2021, me too.
Rodney Johnson, class of 2022, cornerback.
Aaron Richard, class 2022, DN, D tackle.
Darius Taylor, class of 2022, tight end, and O-line.
All right, guys. Like we were saying, you guys are coming off a huge Region 3 win. Came at the right time. It's like, y'all definitely needed that win going to the last stretch of the season. Being down 17-0 in the first half, what was y'all's mindset at halftime going into that locker room?
Finish. That was our mindset. Like, we're going to battle it out. Like, we ain't going down like this.
Yeah, it's not over yet.
I don't know. My mindset was, shoot, get CJ the ball.
Hey,
Gotta get the busted ball.
that's pretty meat potatoes, but he ain't lying.
Right. Yep. What about you?
Just finish and go out there and play the best game we can.
So in the locker room, how mad was Coach Smith?
I mean, I wouldn't say he was mad. It was just pretty much just reminding us like who we really is, like and what we really worked for and what we stand for. Like when he remind us like what we don't work for and who we really is, that's pretty much when we have to come and play. Like he done seen everybody at their best, so it ain't like he lying about anything he's saying.
No, you're exactly right about that. That's one thing. One thing I know I've noticed is in the past when Gadsden City's been down like that, you know, previous teams just threw in the towel. But seeing you guys come back out and battle, and I knew I wasn't worried. When I saw that score, I was like, these guys are gonna come back out and they're gonna finish this game. They're gonna win it. Because I've been around y'all enough. I felt the mindset. I've seen y'all's mindset in the locker room. I know how you guys operate. So once y'all started coming back in that second half, man, what was the mood on the sideline?
It was so energetic. Like the young guys, everybody played their part. Like we were making plays, and we had guys on the sideline getting the crowd hype, and we were just like energetic. Like, it was great.
Everything was lively. Somebody get a stop on fourth, third long, third and short. Everybody jumping up. Everybody just energetic because which are happy to be there, play the sport that we want to play.
Good deal.
I was just surprised we didn't get no sideline warning.
Oh man, it was on the sideline.
Yeah, we were front, like water everywhere, towels everywhere.
To be honest, they got sideline warning before we did.
I ain't angry though.
Them cats was running triple option though, wasn't they?
Oh yeah, they run triple option.
Yeah, they was running triple option and some wing tee too.
Yeah,
that's what they went away from it during the second half though because we stopped
y'all started shutting it down.
Yeah, we started shutting it down, so they had to do a whole lot of balance in the second half.
What did they mainly go to after y'all started shutting that down?
They was running a buck sweep and they tried to do a little pass plays, but Rodney, T, and them was just locking that down.
That ain't happening. I mean,
You should have known better, man. Those two guys are back. Speaking of that crowd support, man, let's talk about that for a minute. Because we actually spent some time with the student section the week of the Hoover game. How has that crowd support been for y'all as far as like, does that like get y'all hype on the field knowing y'all got you got the student section right there behind you? Just
That actually started in 9th grade. Like a lot of our friends and stuff in that little student section, we used to be in the student section with them. So like, shout out to Anderson though. Like, them guys know like when we need the juice to turn up, they know to turn up for us. So like.
Like when we was coming, like for the Fort Payne game, we looked at my snap map. Only thing we see is sports card. Everybody's coming.
And I'm sure that's got to make y'all feel good.
Yeah,
really get y'all hype.
It feels good. We have like our own students supporting us, like all 4 quarters. Like
They take pride in it recently, though, man. That's really
Because this student section is better, I think, better than the one from last year.
the last few years. This is the best.
I've been impressed just hearing about how supportive y'all's student section is.
Oh yeah, our student section, like they take that to heart.
Yeah, I think Gadsden City and Southside, man, they're neck and neck on the best student section in this area.
They're doing a really good job. I've got a question for y'all. How much different does this week look with a day, a shorter week? Because Thursday, you guys are playing Thursday on statewide TV. So, I mean, this is a shorter week. How much difference is the practice schedule and all that?
Well, I feel practice schedule is pretty much the same. You just bump it a day.
Because it's just the same.
Did y'all practice on Saturday?
Sunday.
We practice on Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah. After church?
Yes, sir. We're going to get at 1:30.
I got
you. Yes, sir.
Speaking of, going into Oxford, like we said, that game is on statewide TV. It's the AHSA game of the week. No pressure. But, so y'all watch film on Oxford so far? What have y'all seen from them so far this year?
The same defense to me, personally. It's
Saints.
They still shifting and everything, so it just looked the same to me.
Yeah, physical O line, like really good O line. Yeah, that we can handle.
I feel like they got guys and we got guys. It's just about who more like them. We know we can win the game this week, but it's just about like staying locked in and playing as ourselves. You know, not listening to the outside noise.
Yeah, we just going in. We about to be Gadsden City. You know what I mean? Because nobody can beat us at what we do.
Right. This rivalry game between Ashville and Gadsden City, since Gadsden City's been open, this rivalry is going to streak. You know, you'll get one team, they'll go like 3 or 4 years winning, and then it'll shift. And Oxford has been on the winning side the last several years, so it's about time for the shift back the other way.
Because I'm excited because like the series is tied, and like this year we'll get back in front because and it's really hype because we're gonna be on TV and everything.
Yeah.
Thursday night everybody's gonna be because like a lot of guys are on bye weeks this week. So
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna
So y'all think you're gonna have a lot of support from the other local schools around here?
Yeah.
I think we
Oh, yeah.
Definitely, most definitely.
Hey, Sam's back too, so that'd be good for you guys. He can be throwing some in secondary.
Oh yeah.
Hey, he'll throw it, bro.
Yeah.
He'll throw it in there, so
Yeah.
that's good.
That's
That's good for them, though. That's what they want.
Yeah. Especially Rodney. I know he would take they waiting for it.
Well, Ronnie don't jump no classes. He just sits back and waits. He just makes a tackle after he catches it.
Yeah. All right, guys. You got anything else?
Nah, man. Good luck, man. I know the short week, y'all answered my question on that. I didn't know how much different that was going to look, but oh, yeah, I do got something else. Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, yeah. Y'all do know about CJ's. I think I sent it.
Oh yeah.
I sent it out.
Yeah, we're going to do it at
All
Gridiron.
right, Gridiron. So y'all try to come up there and pack it out. And
We need to get some of that student section over
I've
there.
already sent it. I've already took care of that.
They'll probably be there.
Yeah, I've already sent it to Anderson, so he's on it.
I'm telling y'all, go watch out for CJ. He's gonna play a week again.
I like it.
Back-to-back weeks.
You know what? Have we had that? Have we had a player a week twice in the same season?
We usually, once they've done it once, we usually just take them out of the pool, usually.
He might do it.
He gonna be the first.
If he does something crazy like 300 yards or something.
Oh, he running behind me. He most definitely gonna get it.
Oh, man, I like it. I like it. But yeah, guys, good luck to y'all. We'll see. Hope to see y'all tomorrow night at Gridiron at 6. Whenever y'all get out of practice. And good luck against Oxford.
Thank you.